Hello, welcome to the podcast, where we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, movies, video games, Legos, whatever, just random stuff, but welcome to the first one, hopefully of many, and yeah, let's get started. Brendan, actually, please do your intro.
Hi, my name's Brendan. So I've been here with the store for about almost 2 years now. I serve right below Owen, who serves right below Zack. Welcome, like Owen has said, welcome to this podcast. We thank you for your time, whether you have shopped here at the store, planning on shopping here, planning on not shopping here, but just want to check out the channel. We appreciate it very much and enjoy.
And Zack?
I'm Zack. I'm the owner of GamePlayers, proud owner for almost 6 years as of filming. Will be 6 years in May. As you guys know, you got Owen, the manager, Brendan, the assistant to the manager. We'll just keep that as his title from here on out.
Yeah.
We do thank you for joining the first of many podcasts, bi-weekly maybe. Hopefully we'll figure that out as we go.
Maybe a little bit less than bi-weekly.
We'll figure it out.
Out.
Everything's a moving in motion kind of type thing. Thank you for following the store. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, whatever you might be on.
YouTube, iTunes,
Twitch, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, all those, helps the store grow.
Welcome back, TikTok.
This is
filmed on January 19th.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Unbanned within 4 hours.
Yeah.
Power play.
Power play on TikTok's part for disappearing for 4 hours.
So thank you for joining. Thank you for coming along on this journey, and there's way more to come.
Yeah, so do we want to get started then?
Well, yeah, we already started.
Okay, like getting into...
Yeah. Did you want to start at GameStop?
Yeah, so we'll talk. We got some topics today. Normally, we'll get better as we go with all this.
First try.
Hopefully it's good. Please.
It's our first time. We're nervous.
Be nice to us.
Yes,
nice
please.
The biggest one, and that's why we kind of rushed this, is the GameStop news. Everyone's heard it. I've talked to a bunch of people. I talked to the managers at some of the stores around here locally in Brockport. Our Brockport location closed. So some of the stuff that we weren't doing, now we are going to do. That's a different podcast for right now. But, the whole situation still just sucks. The way I like to put it is GameStop is, I don't want to say scummy because they're not scummy. They're a business at the end of the day also. As much as people hated or had bad experiences, they still had good experiences. And that's what we need to make sure everyone realizes.
Not the complete awful monster of everything.
Right. Everyone.
There's good people there. Stuff like
Exactly,
that.
yes.
The corporation itself.
It's a business, though.
Yeah.
GameStop has a lot of employees. They laid off a lot, and they will continue to probably for a while. I could go into anything and tell you guys everything, but at the end of the day, GameStop provided an outlet that we didn't do here until now, unfortunately. They had people, and a lot of people for midnight releases. I know some people don't know what a midnight release is now, but they used to have crowds and parties and stuff like that. And they just used to just be there. Instead of going to the Walmarts of the world to get a new game, you could go to someone that you could, I don't want to say trust, but give a good opinion on, and you're supporting not a local corporation, but a mom and pop shop at one point. GameStop has bought a lot of businesses and grew over the years. They weren't just a big corporation overnight. That's my take on it. You guys can give your input as well.
Yeah, it's mainly all my thoughts on it. It sucks that the Brockport one closed. And then we had to fill that void with different trade and things like that. Started carrying some stuff. We're still not carrying new games.
No.
I don't think we're doing that for foreseeable future ever, maybe even.
I'd love to tell it, not to interrupt, but I'd love to tell anyone why we wouldn't do new games, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
Long story there.
We just probably will never do that. But as for the newer consoles, stuff like that, yeah, start taking those and whatnot. Still working on it, all of that. It's not our specialty yet, that's for sure.
It's not all figured out. Still, again, it's constantly it's ever changing. That's the thing, is everything is ever changing. So,
but yeah, no, Grease Ridge Mall one. That's my GameStop of choice. If you go there, it's good. I always had a good experience there.
Yes,
I've had.
You've had middle of the road experiences.
Yeah,
fair enough.
But
I mean,
that might be
GameStop.
that might be the only one left in the area, but who knows? More to come, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have a feeling that the Brockport closing is not going to be the only one in Monroe County or the surrounding counties. It's going to be disappearing. I have a good feeling it. Sadly, at one point or another, the one out over there at Gates on Chili Ave is probably, or Howard Road, Chili Ave is probably going to be next. And that really sucks to me, just because that's the one that I went to as a kid every time. I still remember the first time going there. My dad took me there after we went to the Monster Jam when they used to do those over at the Blue Cross Arena or the War Memorial. Some of you may know it as. And I remember the first game we ever picked up from there was Need for Speed Pro Street on the Wii. Every time I tried to play it,
that's his GameStop story.
I sucked.
Yeah, no, speaking of GameStop memories, I remember picking up, me and my sister both went there. We had our DSs, and we picked out 2 copies of Animal Crossing Wild World. And so we had those, and we played it all the time. We used to accidentally trade villagers back and forth because they just leave you. You just talk enough to someone, and then they'll just go over them. Even though your favorite villager just gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I remember shopping there. I think I almost exclusively did the Grease Ridge Mall one though. I didn't go to the Brockport one or anything very often, even though
it's right here. Yeah.
But Grease is also just a little bit farther from where I live.
Realistically, so I don't know if there's anything more to say about GameStop besides this year won't be fun. And it's not just GameStop too. We can go into all retail, but I'm not going to get into that. So the Brockport GameStop, we knew some employees from there. Luckily, they're all good. We got lucky that we had one around. I was able to not have to worry about new stuff, like you said. 2025 is a different year.
Yep.
And it sucks that it's right off the bat. 1-2 punch right off the bat.
Yeah, I know.
But, we'll see what happens. It also sucks that, GameStop announces closures. Doesn't say how many. But then the Switch 2 gets announced Thursday, was it?
I think, it was Thursday. Yep, finally.
Yeah.
Switch 2 Thursday was released, and I'd love to hear these guys. Not released.
Teased, announced. Yeah.
Their opinion on it first, and then I'll give my opinion.
Well, yeah, opinion then kind of
thoughts.
A wish list of sorts of what we're hoping. Yeah, so the opinion on it for me right now is I'm just skeptical of the whole thing. I don't know if it's going to actually be a good thing. Is it going to be powerful and enough to last another 7+ years like they are probably hoping?
If it sells just as good as the original, they're always going to squeeze something out of
There's no way it's going to sell as good as the original, I don't think, because you're naming it Switch 2. A lot of people are going to hold on to the Switch until their Switch dies. Those people do buy multiple Switches. That is a common thing. A lot of people have 5 Switches in the house, one for each person.
Well, that's because they do a bunch of different variations.
They do
I know.
So that's what makes them almost the number one console seller.
I know people that buy them just so that they can play games that are normally only online with each other. Kind of like what people did with DSs back in the day, where you buy your kids all DSs and then they play with each other. But now it's playing online.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I'm just skeptical if it's going to be powerful enough to last that long. I'll probably buy it just to play Scarlet and Violet in playable format because as long as they make sure that old games run better the ones that were struggling to run at 30 frames a second.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I stopped playing it. Legends Arceus runs a million times better, but Scarlet and Violet, that's all it does is it chugs while I'm playing. In handheld or docked mode, it doesn't play nice.
Yeah. No, Legends Arceus, it's much as I just didn't get into the game because of the capture mechanics and the battling mechanics. The whole game just wasn't for me. Yeah, graphically and like how it ran, it was solid.
But they didn't release any specs on the Switch 2 yet.
No, they have not.
No,
besides
all.
going bigger.
And the
I'm
Bigger.
and it was going like this on the thing.
Well,
like
they're saying that's going to be like
Supposed to be
Mario
a
Paint
mouse.
kind of, yeah, mouse kind
People
of
were
thing.
talking about that, but they haven't said anything.
Yeah, I just think that was their graphical design of making it whooshy and
It has a mouse and a mouse tail, so I get the thought, but I'm not believing anything until they say it. Like, I'm not gonna go into the rumors of like that.
the rumor mill.
Yeah, exactly.
Although, like, do we really even want it? Like, I don't really need a mouse on Switch.
The whole
Like-
point is portable, not to go, oh wait,
Like,
you gotta be
let
on
me
here.
use
Yeah,
it
yeah.
now.
Let me play on the mouse while it's portable. Like, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. It would be neat, but I feel like that would be better for something like an Xbox Series X or a
Exactly.
PS5 controller to do, because then you're actually like competitive. Like, you're not going to be competitive on a Switch.
Honestly,
Like, you're not. It's not the
Nope.
audience that they go for, and that's not the audience
no,
they
it's
should go for.
it's definitely a much more casual audience. But,
Yeah, you got any other thoughts on
no,
it?
no, I just realistically, like, wish list wise, all I want is just give me Joy-Cons that don't drift. Thankfully, I still have I've had the same pair for 5 years, and I have not had any drift. Knock on
I've had
wood.
3, and 2 are completely gone, and then the other one, I spilled Monster on, so that's my fault.
So it shouldn't even be
Dude,
part of
it's-
the equation.
See, your addiction is hurting other parts of your life.
Yeah, they're just like crunchy buttons that I have to like start using. Then it's fine. But I just don't use the Switch enough to buy a 4th set of Joy-Cons. After I've already gone through once. And these don't drift, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, just
Gross.
despite the monster, apparently that's how you fix your drift, guys. Is dump a bunch of
It
monster.
sticks
Don't do
it back
that.
to the center.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just Hall effect sticks. Finally, I don't know why that hasn't become an industry standard when
I'm gonna-
Dreamcast hasn't.
don't think they're going to do it, though. I think just be selling Joy-Cons there.
Oh, I know they make money hand over fist. Why would you stop?
Mhm. They did have a lawsuit. Is the only reason that they might. Like, they had the class action
Yeah,
lawsuit.
But I don't think anything came of it.
I think
It did.
that
Oh, it did? Oh.
didn't their whole we'll fix your Joy-Cons
Yeah,
for
you send
free.
it in, and then they'll fix it.
That was what came of that, which is a good thing, but also, like, I don't think they're going to start doing...
But then you're out of Joy-Cons for 6 to 8 weeks.
Yes, so
So
people
you
just
still got to
your
buy another
Joy-Cons.
pair of Joy-Cons and then get another replacement to then
Yep.
send those ones in.
And the worst part is the ones sometimes they don't even send you back your originals. From what I've heard,
Oh, yeah, no, they just
they'll
send you back the
they'll
same
be like-
color, I think.
Or
But
try to.
They try to.
They try
Or
to.
sometimes they're just like, those special edition ones you paid extra for?
Those high-
We're going to hold on to them.
We'll send you the garbage ones.
Yeah, we're going to send you whatever we had in the warehouse.
Some red and blue classic.
Exactly. Everyone loves red and blue. But just also, too, yeah, just having more power, better battery life, that's really it. And then, obviously, making sure I can play all my Switch games, or at least the big ones I can still be able to play. That's all I really care about. I really hope that they're going to do some more hardware emulation. They don't try to go strictly for a software focus, like I know like Microsoft has done, especially for even like with 360 and original Xbox games. That didn't necessarily, like, it was nice. It's nice to play original Xbox, but man, I don't know how some of those got through Q&A.
They probably didn't.
On 360, it's pretty rough with like the compatibility, where you'll have a game like that just doesn't work at all. The cutscenes are broken in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yep. Yeah.
It's just like an audio thing where like randomly just cut off, but like that happens with so many games. I think Max Payne, when you were playing,
Max Payne, I don't know if it was just, it's already because of how it runs on original Xbox, but lots of frame rate dips. Everything looks great, but just frame rate dips all over the place. And
I believe that's the best way to play it besides PC is on Xbox. So I'm pretty sure that is the one that has constant frame rate.
Yes.
PS2 I know is supposed to be rough.
oh, that
I have not even tried.
I did. So when I bought a PS2 off of Marketplace a couple years back,
Hold on. Can we just highlight this?
Don't.
No,
Don't.
It is if you
At your own risk.
Yes, okay, do it at your own risk. If frame rate is something that you have, like, it just does not bother you no matter what, then yeah, it should be perfectly fine. Yeah, there you go.
Doesn't your PlayStation not play Blue Discs?
And it also does not play blue discs, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It is, I think it's just something that happened over time where it's old, it's used, you know. But one of the first games I got was Max Payne because I was like, this game looks amazing. I can't wait to play it. When I booted it up and started playing it, I was like, please tell me it gets better as you play this, just loading stuff in, you know. But yeah, Max Payne on PS2, do not play that unless you have literally no other choice. So,
wow, that's a shameless plug to not buy Max Payne at here.
Well, no, buy it on Xbox.
Yeah, buy it on Xbox. Or
you know what's funny though?
Or buy it on PC.
Yeah,
we got Max Payne in today, and we actually need it for the floor.
Oh no, I saw
someone else bought it.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I normally I'll try to mention those things if I remember. Like this game runs terribly on PS2 or whatever.
Yes, exactly.
Or like I always recommend Silent Hill on Xbox. Like it's a good version. Honestly, it's better than the HD remakes or remasters. But if you can get the PS2 version,
spend your money.
Yeah, I know. Spend a big chunk
extra $100. But if you're able to, and you're like want to have the best experience, play it on PS2, or with Max Payne, play it on Xbox.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like some other ports where it's just a drastic difference in performance.
I mean, there's a lot of ones where it's just like Wii to 360 stuff like that, yeah. But that's like unavoidable because it's just Switch ports like we were talking about a little bit earlier.
Oh yeah. I still will say Witcher 3, it's not the best way to play it, but man,
it's impressive.
It is absolutely impressive. And even in some of like the cutscenes and like when you're doing the dialogue between characters, it looks really good. And when you're playing it on that small screen, yeah, you're going to still notice it, but like at least things it works. That's how I played it for the majority of my first playthrough. I still haven't finished my first playthrough after like a couple of years because I don't want to finish it because I love the game so much.
It's such a weird. Normally, what I just do is I replay the game.
I
know how many times I've replayed Skyrim.
I know,
Too
but
many.
I can't bring myself to finish it because I
beat it and then do it again.
No, dude, I'm already at like the 60-hour mark in it, so I don't want to have to.
Or just wander around. That's always fun.
And that's what I've doing.
But I'm just saying, like, beat everything so you can feel I don't know. Because I have like a thing where if I don't beat everything in the game that I like love, I feel like.
Gee, I know. I beat Super Mario RPG in one sitting.
Yeah, no.
That's a
definitely didn't 100% it, but
I 100% beat the game.
100%. Yeah. No, because like that's something where like checks off a box in my brain where like I have all the boxes of all the games that I've touched and then walked away from, and then when I finally am able to like do everything again, like for me it's achievement hunting where I get every achievement. That is like my final like send off for that game most of the time. It's like, and then sometimes I'll redo it again. Like Portal, I'll still play Portal even though I got all the achievements.
I can't bring myself to do like a I think the only platinums I have are all 3 Spider-Man games on the PS4 and 5.
Just to like check off the box. That's the final completion.
I mean it's true.
Mm-hmm. I have the platinum in Spider-Man, but I never played the DLC, which I find weird that PlayStation does it that way. Like the DLC doesn't count as towards the 100%. Like that's its own thing.
It's a whole separate game. Remember the Game Awards?
Yeah,
you want to go into that? How the DLC was nominated,
even though it's DLC and
DLC and remakes should have their own categories.
At this point, yes, because especially with how prevalent remakes are. Yes, there are some where it is
remasters and remakes lumped together.
Yes. Granted, there are some cases where it's like Resident Evil 2, for example. It's like it's not necessarily a completely different game, but the way you go about playing it and the feel is so much different.
Because that's a complete remake, but so is like Spyro Reignited trilogy.
Yes.
And yet one is 1-to-1 and one is drifts off quite a bit.
Exactly.
But I think just lump them all together, make their own category. It's a very good category. Like I like video game remakes for the most part as long as they're done right
properly.
and not done like Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Silent Hill 2 is great.
I was going to say,
I'm not talking about that.
No, even the
Silent Hill 2 remake
remasters.
was-
Yeah.
The remasters for 360. There's other ones I think that have happened in the past that were just like lazy ports. But
Resident Evil 3.
Resident Evil 3 though is one where like it's just some people like it. I liked it. I enjoyed my time with it.
Because you never played the
But
original.
I never played the original.
So that's why you liked it.
I understand, but that doesn't make it. It's not a bad game. It's a worse game.
Yeah, okay. That is one game I will unrecommend to everyone.
Yes.
Well, and it doesn't
As a
help.
Resident Evil guy.
It doesn't help to begin with that Resident Evil 3 or that Nemesis was supposed to be a spin-off in the first place, because I think Code Veronica was supposed to be number 3, right?
Last Escape is what it's called. Is it Resident Evil Biohazard 3 Last Escape, or is it just Last Escape?
For Japan, yeah.
I don't know. But does it have a 3 in it, or is it just Last Escape?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm wondering if it was a spin-off then or not.
Regardless, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it
Should
doesn't
be
feel like a traditional Resident Evil because it's like a roguelike type thing where you're like going at it and it's like different every time that you play it. It's not really a roguelike because you're not getting reset all the way at the beginning because there's save points, but like just in the sense that the original Resident Evil 3 is so randomized.
Oh, well, not really, but yes.
I mean, at least when I was trying to play it, and I'm a scumbag and I read my guides as I'm trying to play through my game, especially for old games. And I was reading through the guide, and they're like, so if it's the key might be here, 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 or here, and you have to check the spots, and like that will lead you to a different path. Like there's different branching like things, and it made my brain break, and then I stopped playing. I wasn't able to do it.
Even though it's like one of the, I think it's like one of the shortest.
It can be. Yeah. But it's also like if you don't know what you're doing, you're just.
Oh yeah, no, I know it would.
First time playing through,
it would take me forever to finish.
It's like Silent Hill 2.
I was just gonna say that.
Where like I took me 14 hours on my first of the remake, and then I beat it in 4 or less.
Jesus.
I like yeah.
Like I know that's so slow compared to people that speedrun the game.
Speedrunners are like
2 hours.
2
I think.
hours or less even now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine playing that game on that many times though.
Well, you just get the chainsaw New Game Plus, and you just go. Every enemy just dies in one hit.
Yeah,
and you already know all the puzzles because I think one puzzle's randomized.
Which one?
I don't remember, but it's like it's one of them. I don't remember right now. I feel like there's one puzzle that's randomized.
The amount of times I would like think I'm about to solve a puzzle, and then it's like, oh, I'm mad because I gotta look it up, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you had everything right except for just one small detail, and then it's like, are you kidding me?
You beat the game, don't you?
I still haven't beat the game.
Yeah,
I was gonna call him out.
No, it's okay. I'm still like I think it according to what the system says, I'm about a quarter of the way through the prison, so I still have ways to go.
Like 60% through the game, 66.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so that's where. Because that one, it's freaky, man. Especially every time I got to go out in the courtyard, I just want
everywhere.
Well, yes, and the mannequins, dude.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's nice when you get like the hunting rifle and you're just able to start picking them off, and it's like.
See, I don't use any of the guns except for the pistol, except for boss fights in any Silent Hill.
Fair enough. I did that too. I didn't use a single one of those.
Like I just this pistol or using my pipe.
I love the pipe. I love the fact that you can just, after an enemy's down, repeatedly just keep on going.
No, I love.
You just gotta make sure it's dead.
It's everything
to make
double tap.
See the blood pool, and then you know it's gone.
Double tap.
I don't trust it.
Double tap, yeah. Well, one of the things that I did, which is I can't recommend for anyone that doesn't feel like hating themselves, is turning off the entire HUD. So, like, what I would never know is where I'm really aiming fully.
Ooh,
so I'd be pointing at them and think I'm at the head and I'd miss. So I was wasting more ammo than, like, I should have. Like, if I had the HUD on, I would have.
And then weren't you, like, saying something to me earlier on?
Oh,
like,
I didn't know that you could open drawers.
Yes, that's what I was, yeah.
So, like, I found out because eventually I needed to find, like, a key item.
Yeah.
But early on, they don't highlight them when you have no HUD on. So you're just like
you're aimlessly.
I was just walking around picking up items I saw out there, but
oh yeah.
Occasionally I would accidentally open something and find something in there. But I thought it was like a once in a blue moon, like, okay, this thing opens.
It just happened.
Then eventually I just clicked on every single thing
You're
because
not
I was like, realized I could open the cabinets. Yeah, that was a revelation. That
I know. I was like, oh yeah. Well, because I don't think I knew you were playing No Hut at first. I was like, are you kidding me? You're right next to it. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even see it.
The other thing that I had was on my second playthrough, I found out that unlike the original Silent Hill 2, most of the side buildings you can just go into. Like,
Oh
It
yeah,
is really
I didn't
nice.
do that at all.
And I didn't do that even though I spent 14 hours in there. I did not do any of that.
I did break a lot of glass.
I broke so much. And like how I don't remember what mine was. I know I had 14 deaths. I remember that.
14 deaths?
Well, you did on hard.
Yeah.
I did it on normal. I
I
think.
did on the lowest.
I think normal.
Yeah, I
and normal.
know you did.
The story.
Yeah, which is fair. I get that. But no, yeah, I had 14 deaths. Is all I really remember. And then my favorite weapon was the steel pipe.
Yeah.
I think that was everyone's. Once you got
Pretty
it,
much,
that's all
if
you're
you got
using.
it, you're using that throughout.
So I don't think it's going to be a spoiler, but did you guys get the achievement of running into a locked door 50 times?
Oh, I did that like 500 times.
Yeah. Okay.
I did probably got it, but I don't. I had achievements off so I could be fully immersed, so I wouldn't see them popping up. So I probably got it, but I don't.
When I got it, I was like, okay, so if there's one for 50 times, I wonder if there's got to be 100 times. So every time I do it, I'm like, aww.
The one that I did get was walking out of the town as soon as you get in. Is if you walk away, it says like no turning back now, and then it's like and then you are forced to go into the story. But you can try to walk away from the area. But
I never did that one.
yeah, no. If you just try to walk out, it's like, oh, I can't turn around. I gotta do this.
It'd be
for
amazing
Mary.
if that was an alternate ending.
That would have been
Psych.
another ending. They did add 2 additional, which I'm happy
Yep.
about. I'm really, really hoping they add the DLC when they port it to Xbox. Because the DLC from the original Xbox, Restless Dreams, which added Maria's story, they don't have in remake.
Okay.
It's the only thing that they're like missing out on. But I know they're porting it to Xbox a year after it launched.
So maybe that's why.
So it'd be October of this year. They might be porting that over there and then add in the DLC and be like a new influx of players. Hoping, but they've not said anything. They have some leaked information, I think, of them working on 1 and 3.
I see. I always see stuff about like
But it's
from the Microsoft leaks or whatever of like Oblivion's finally getting a remaster remake.
yeah, which is supposed to happen
that.
early 2025 was like Q1 2025 or something like
And
that.
it's like, well, then they would have announced it by now, don't you think?
I don't know. It's supposed to be. It was being worked on. It definitely was worked on.
Yeah.
We just don't know if it's actually going to be coming out. But it was worked on by the same people that did other remakes, like I think they did the Demon Souls. Something.
Oh, Blue Point?
No, it wasn't Blue Point.
Oh, it's not Blue Point? Oh.
That's the one that Demon.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
That's the one. Here's the edited in. Hold the thing, Brendan.
Put it on both sides.
Oh.
That way I can raw hold.
Right.
This is the people doing the remake, maybe of Oblivion. Yeah. But yeah, they're working on that. Who knows if it's going to come out or if it was like a project they started working on and then they were like, we don't like how this is going. Never mind.
Oh, and fans are already doing a Sky Oblivion mod.
It's almost done. Yeah. Plus, I think you can already play Skyrim and Oblivion in Morrowind, if I'm not mistaken, or at least the areas like of Tamriel of the world are there. Okay. I don't know if they have the entire quest lines and everything, but you can explore them. They ported the maps into Morrowind.
Wow!
So play that. You want a really hard way of playing?
I was about to say, if you want the hardest way to play through Skyrim and
I think there's a Skyrim in Oblivion too. I think that's the thing, but it's harder to do it, obviously.
Yeah.
The more complicated the game is, and plus people have more modding experience with Morrowind. Morrowind's like super modded,
fancy modded.
Mm-hmm. And it's been around since like 2002. So, and they literally gave people the mod kit of how to mod games with it, the creation kit, and then so people just modded it.
Oh, interesting.
That's why mod became so popular with Bethesda games. Yeah. But did we want to talk about our favorite things to put on after hours.
Favorite things. Oh.
Wow, we haven't been able to do that for a while. So
normally we put on Spree
Yep.
and Salad Fingers, if you ever heard of either of those. Both horror things. Yeah, no, I would just call it horror. I was going to say adjacent, but yeah.
Well, I wouldn't call Salad Fingers horror. I'd call it like a psychological mind F.
Yeah, no, I would still say it's very much horror. It doesn't have to necessarily scare you, but it creeps you out.
Yes, it creeps you out. It's uncomfortable. It's weird. It's
tradition here.
I would not recommend it for any audience that isn't willing to be freaked out.
So, yes, we can talk about Spree specifically. We got a lot with Salad Fingers, because they did have an anniversary recently.
They did?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 20 years or no?
Yeah, almost 20 years now. Yeah. I mean, that was back in the early days of YouTube.
Yeah, it was when you could pretty much post anything on YouTube and just
get away with it.
Yeah, get away with it.
And they would show it to people still. Yeah. Like they weren't just hiding it away to the depths of YouTube's algorithm. They're actually here, watch this weird crap that we have.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Salad Fingers is great. I highly recommend it for anyone that likes weird horror stuff. Other than that, stay away.
It is very weird horror, but it's one guy that creates most of it. I want to say
it's funny at times.
It's
silly.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. It's odd.
It's literally a guy with
fingers that are really long.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Green. He's green himself.
And he's by himself for the most part.
No.
With random guys that he meets.
Or the finger puppets.
The finger puppets.
Specifically, you gotta remember those finger puppets.
Mm-hmm. They're little he's pretty much the only character that's in it. Then there's an episode might have another person there. But that's about all. You'll get
an
episode.
Real. Well, yeah, if it's real, yes.
Or Flesh Boy. I love Flesh Boy.
Flesh Boy.
He's still my favorite character. That is only around for 3 episodes.
I think so.
And then he's gone. But then Sprees are other favorite to put on after hours, and they're working overtime. Putting together cases, or I don't know when we started watching that.
It was up here. Yeah. It wasn't at the old location.
Yeah, it wasn't at the small store. I remember...
I don't even remember how we found it.
I showed it to you. Same thing. I just had hey...
You didn't watch it, though. You just said it was there.
No, I watched it. I watched it on Hulu.
Oh,
because it's a Hulu exclusive.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that's how I watched it originally, because it has Joe Carey
Kiri, I think is what it is.
Kiri. Stranger Things, Steve from that, and it's still him being himself, a little funny, a little goofy, but it's worth watching. But spoilers for anyone. I feel we should preference.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? It's
maybe spoilers.
It's been out for years. So.
It's been out for years, but watch it. It has him in it. It's horror. It's good. It's on Hulu.
Basically an Uber driver that kills his passengers. That's the simplest way to describe
famous.
It. Yes.
To get famous.
To get famous, he kills people as an Uber driver. Well, off-brand Uber.
Yeah.
Spree.
Yeah. And in the future, besides just what we're talking about right now, we're going to have a movie or a video game that we're assigned to watch. This time, we don't have anything, so we're just going to talk about these. But... in the future, we're going to have other stuff that we're going to assign ourselves and talk about. But yeah, no, Spree, great movie. I think we've watched it at least
50.
At least 200.
200? Okay, I was going to say
there was a period of time where we put on every day after 7 o'clock.
That wouldn't be after hours, then. So we should
Okay. We might have come into the store once or twice, and we were watching it with or without audio on, depending on
which scene it was.
Yeah.
Which scene or which audience we had. We try to be careful of kids and making sure that they're not watching just horror movies.
And then they come up to you and tell you about their favorite South Park and Family Guy characters. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean.
No, I know.
Teach their own. Yeah,
exactly.
on that. Especially I was not allowed to watch horror movies at a young age.
Neither was I.
I know plenty of people that were that turned out just fine.
I was going to say, hold on. That's an overreach.
I mean, turned out just fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, there's no harm in it. for the most part. And
in horror movies?
I think...
they hug each other.
They hug each other to death.
Yeah.
There you go, yeah.
They literally kill each other with kindness.
So I think as long as a kid knows that they're like...
This isn't real.
This is not real.
Yeah.
Don't be scared of this. And like as long as they understand that, I think then they're chilling.
And I think that's the most important part is separating reality from fiction.
Yeah.
So
not like Slenderman.
Oh, that's another movie.
Well, it's a movie
And
now,
creepy
but
and
it
a
was
game, and then the whole
it was actually
case.
Well, hold on,
it
yes.
was the
Creepypasta, killing, tried to kill.
No. It started
Yeah.
Creepypasta with the photos.
Yep.
Then it was Marble Hornets, the
I
YouTube
forgot.
series.
Yep.
Then it was the video game. Then it was the killings.
No.
Yeah, no. Arrival came out, and 8 Pages came out before they killed that girl in the woods.
Didn't kill her.
Or they stabbed her a lot.
Stabbed her enough to the point where it's
Thankfully, she's alive.
yes,
She's
I know.
alive.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm mad that you know so much about that.
Because I was into
Obsessed.
Slenderman. With the games mainly was what I was interested in. I played a lot of 8 Pages, especially Gary's Mod 8 Pages. You ever play that?
Nope, because I didn't have Gary's.
So
Mod.
Gary's Mod 8 Pages it's just like the original 8 Pages where you go collecting each page and Slenderman comes after you, but one player plays as Slenderman. And every time you pick up a page, it tells them that you got a page and how many pages you have. So you had to go focus on.
So
the
like
players
Dead by
closer.
Daylight.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
but like, way
Literally.
before Dead by Daylight.
That's why he loves Dead by Daylight.
I do love Dead by Daylight. But it was like each player you would be able to see a Slenderman, you'd be able to teleport and stuff, or like phase out of reality, and you'd walk really fast.
Mhm.
And you could never appear directly in their sight randomly. You had to appear like just outside their vision. And then if they turned towards you, they'd start dying, and they had like a health bar.
Huh.
It was really good, actually. It might still exist. If it does, check it out. Gary's Mod isn't just Skibbity Toilet. I swear to God.
Skibbity Toilet.
There's other things on there. Murder is a good minigame on there, and I used to play a lot of Trouble in Terrorist Town.
I was gonna say,
I love Trouble
could we
Terrorist
use the whole Skibbity Toilet thing as a shameless plug for Flago's?
I was going to say,
Yeah,
right here is the
Hey, Play-Dohs!
Yeah,
Look at
Play-Dohs!
the Skibbity Toilet Play-Dohs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like, if you want to get an
Yeah, do the
image of
thing
the
again.
Skibbity
wait.
Toilet
Skibbity Toilet
Plagos.
Play-Dohs. Look at them. Yeah, there's all sorts of Play-Dohs out. They make everything. And Skibbity Toilet's in Fortnite now also. Which...
That's right. I forgot. Sadly, but yeah, no.
I mean, I haven't played Fortnite like this past season at all. I think I played a little bit last season, but I've not been into it majorly.
I don't think I've touched it in over like 2 years now.
I got involved really late, so like
You were playing
my
catch up?
right.
Yeah.
I was playing season 2, chapter 7 up until chapter 4, season 1. That's how long I was playing straight, and then ever since that, I've been like, I hop in when my friends want to play.
I remember back because I think it was my junior year of high school was when it came out in 2018. So I remember when after they were done with seasons, they're like, okay, let's reboot this, and now it's Fortnite Chapter 1. The fact that they're like,
well, they did chapter. It was
Chapter 2.
Chapter 2 was the second one. They rebranded all of the original as Chapter 1.
Yes.
Afterwards. Because originally season X was the last season of Chapter 1.
Okay, yeah, that's
when
right.
it stopped.
That was their last one. It was like, we're changing to Roman numerals, and then they gave up on that.
Yeah.
And
honestly, that probably is for the better because I'm pretty sure most kids wouldn't even know what it is or wouldn't know what numbers are. No,
they can't probably read clocks anymore.
They
old clocks. But no, because what's really weird about Fortnite, in my opinion, is they did chapter 1 all the way through 10, did chapter 2 all the way up to 10, then chapter 3 made it to 6 or something. It wasn't quite to 10. And they're like, we're going to do chapter 4 now. And then I think there's even chapter 5 or 6 now.
Jeez.
Because they just
they just keep
don't
adding
give it all
stuff,
the way
man.
to 10. They do a storyline throughout a chapter. And then they just axe it whenever they feel like it now.
It's just...
Plus OG Fortnite's a thing, and then Lego Fortnite. And
I did try. I will
say.
say. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I did try out Lego Fortnite at Walmart.
I should.
One of those Walmarts where they don't have everything locked up. So I was able to try out Lego Fortnite. I was like, oh, this seems pretty cool. I might be able to get into it a little bit, but I haven't touched it.
Played it again.
Never played it again.
I like Lego games. I will die on the hill that I can't really stand voice acting in Lego games.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know. I just can't do
It's
it.
literally a Lego game. And
I like the
complaining
mumbles.
about it.
I like the mumbles.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
fair, but
now
you're
they
still
can
complaining about it.
and
Well,
I'm pretty sure.
I also was started to be more
Adult.
older, and as they added voice acting right as I was like, I don't know. It was Lego Batman 2 was the first one, right? That was the last
was
one
it when you were learning how to read?
When did Lego Batman 2 come out?
2012.
2012?
Close.
Just about the time I started learning to read at 10 years old.
Wait, how do we start with Spree and get to Lego Batman 2? I'm still trying to connect the...
See, that's the fun
that's-
part
you
is we
just-
get to, after like 5 minutes or so,
We're just
we
talking
just
about
reflect on what we just talked about. Yeah.
I mean, no, you connect the dots. There was a path.
There was.
There's
It
always
was Spree to horror to Slenderman to Gary's Mod to Skid
Singing
to
Twilight,
to
something
Fortnite
like that.
to
Yeah.
Lego
The
Fortnite
Lego
to
Fortnite,
Lego
yeah.
Batman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's what is it, the 5 degrees of separation or
Yeah.
something with Kevin Bacon?
I think I'm 4 degrees from Kevin Bacon.
4 degrees?
Yeah.
I'm mad that you know that.
Well, because I did it once. I was like, okay, so I know someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that
That
met
know-
Kevin Bacon.
That'd be 5.
No, okay, so wait, I know someone
Yep.
that knows someone
Yep.
that met Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
That'd
so
be
then that'd be 3
3.
degrees. Wow.
I'm 3 or 4. There may be one more degree in there, but I'm pretty sure that's the degrees.
That's when I whip out I got his autograph.
I got 1 degree.
I got Kevin Bacon. I am
This is the only degree I got.
1 degree from Kevin Bacon. Yeah. I always liked that game, but you can do that. It's so much easier when, like, it's, like, local people or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
oh, you know that person? Like, how do you know that person? And it's like,
Through
yeah, I know it through
GamePlayers.
this person. And it's
Yeah.
like, I'm 1 degree, 2 degrees away from
Exactly.
connections.
Yeah.
Small towns.
Small towns,
Small
yeah.
cities.
Well, especially in Albion.
Albion.
Brockport,
Yeah.
I think he's more recognized here.
I have Burger King, man.
Yeah, that's true.
There
You're
we go.
Burger King.
No, I have just as many connections in Burger King Albion as I do in Brockport GamePlayers. Like, where I go to Albion or...
That means you're saying Brockport, Albion, or not Brockport, Albion. Albion Burger King
yeah.
is more popular than the store that you work at.
So,
Honestly, probably when it comes to fast food
It
restaurants, do you
is the
see the
biggest
lines at
restaurant.
McDonald's?
is the biggest restaurant in Albion. Like,
Ooh.
Burger King.
Compared to like Taco Bell?
Yeah, by far. That's like one of the worst rated Taco Bells. Like, you
I
go
think
down there
both
and
would have. I was going to say.
Challenge
Both have,
accepted.
I was going to say. I think both would have the same effect on me right now.
I think they're 3.7
Oh, here we go.
stars.
We're
or something.
eating.
I looked at it not too long ago because I was like, I've never had a bad experience there, but I know a lot of people complain about it in Albion, so like, I checked it out and it was like, yeah, no, not highly rated. Everyone's like, my food was cold. Felt like it was a day old. Like that.
That's where the flavor's at, man. Just let it sit for a day,
Yes,
and then let it reheat it in the air fryer.
Oh, gross.
I saw someone that actually had this cool idea of like how to reheat like pizza without it like being like stale, like cardboardy. Is they put it on a one of those grills, like a griddle, and then they put the pizza on there, and then they put ice onto the griddle with the pizza, and it like humidified it.
Yeah,
like,
that's so.
It like steamed it basically.
Well, what I was actually just about to say is what what Cheyenne and I do is we use what should we call it, paper towel, and we just soak it and then put it on the pizza.
I just put it in the microwave, and then I don't mind. Like, if it gets... Because normally only, like, one section gets really cardboardy and bad.
Mm.
I'll eat it. It's fine.
No, honestly, I'd much rather eat cold pizza.
I was just going to say,
I
just
cook
eat it cold.
pizza.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
I'm
Majority
Wait,
rules.
what
cold
is
pizza's
it
better.
called? If you leave the pizza out for too long?
Botulism!
Botulism.
That's
Botulism.
right.
I was taught never to eat things that were left out overnight, especially. Especially when it comes to cheese and meat. And so, yeah, you guys make fun of me for leaving out food.
It goes back into-
You guys leave out food and then you eat it the next day.
It's good food.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not wasting it.
You're the one that leaves the
Throw that
cheeses
away.
open.
Oh,
I left the cheese open and then I ate them all.
Oh, that's
The
true.
same. It's
No, it's a dry
Yeah.
food.
Cheese.
It's a dry food.
botulism.
Yep, that's
It's a dry
true. It's
dough.
cheese, dry
Yeah,
cheese. But if it's
botulism.
dry cheese, it's dry cheese, so it's okay.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
baked
there's so many
cheese.
preservatives in Cheez-Its that
Pretty sure.
I don't think that they're gonna get like bacteria growing in them. Like
It is a bacteria.
botulism is bacteria.
No, Cheez-Its are a bacteria.
I thought that was
cheese
blue cheese.
itself
Or no, that's
is
mold.
growing by
He's
mold,
actually
which is a
right now.
No, it's a fungus.
It's a fungus?
Is
Cheese,
it?
it's a fungus?
Yes, right?
So I can go, you're telling me I can go out into the woods right now and find myself cheeses.
Growing cheeses.
That's disgusting.
I mean, it might taste the same. It's like how everything tastes like chicken, apparently.
I mean,
No.
that's a thing that a lot of people
Or
say.
like if you haven't had it before, like, tastes like chicken.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Like you've never heard of that before?
No, I have when I had alligator once.
I had alligator once.
I have not had it.
I had kangaroo once.
Nope, never done that.
I was at a weird store in Florida that sold like weird meats.
It probably wasn't kangaroo, and they just said it was.
And very possible. But it was like it was Alligator Land, I believe, or Gatorland. That's what it's called. I went to Gatorland at like this is 2009, so I was 6, and they were just looking at the jerky sections, all these different weird animals, like ostrich, I think was there and stuff.
Oh, I would have tried that.
Well, I got gator because Gatorland, and then
Yeah.
because you gotta, you're there. And then I think the other one was kangaroo, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, no, there's just weird meats there. They just had a section. I don't know if they still have it, but they do. It's worth checking out. Gatorland's
Just
cool.
plugging everything today.
Yeah, I'm
serious.
a
I haven't been there in 15 years, but go there, please.
Gatorland still
Yeah.
exists, I know that. But
You
I
know
don't know
what,
if it exists.
guys? Go to Ames. Kmart.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking Ames, I'm
Jubilee.
thinking Instant Messenger Ames.
Oh my god.
What's Ames actually? I don't.
It was Walmart before Walmart.
So do they exist
that's-
anymore?
No.
Okay,
Walmart
then,
put
yeah,
them out of
then-
business.
Then stop plugging them.
I was
You
gonna
can't
say,
go
what's
there.
You don't know if Gatorland exists?
Gatorland exists. I know that. I just don't know if that section exists.
What's it in that department store that that Buddy the Elf goes into in Elf? I think it didn't even really exist anymore when the movie was filmed. It's the big
Macy's.
no, it's
Oh.
not Macy's. It's
about to close.
it has the giant nutcracker in the front of it.
No, I remember
looked
Elf.
it
I
up.
just don't know what you're talking about in that particular scene.
I like again. It's one of those things where you got like on the tip of your tongue and you just can't. I'll remember
Right,
after the
just put it in your
podcast.
Yeah,
hands
just go like,
and-
it's this one.
It's this.
This
It's
one.
whatever. this
Insert
is.
audio.
Insert audio.
Insert audio. Yeah, for audio listeners, you can't see this, but I'll just have like a little.
You can't see this. Yeah, you'd have to put audio on it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
gonna
just watch the video. You know, just spend your time. Go give us YouTube views, okay? Go
What
over
about
there.
people that are blind? That's kind of insensitive, don't you think?
God.
That's fair, but
Yeah.
I don't know how many blind people. I know a couple deaf people that shop here that can't even listen to our podcast.
Okay.
But I know 0 blind people.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Keep my mouth shut right now.
Okay.
You're gonna say, "Oh, well, you guys are always blind to the register" or something like
You guys are
that.
blind
You were.
whenever,
Okay.
The Roomba's just hanging out on the floor.
Yep, that
That
too.
happens.
I will constantly defend the fact that it was pitch black in here. I went to go turn on the lights. I never once looked
Dude,
down at the
Phil-
floor.
Well, yes, hold
People
on. I want to
can
fill
actually
them in.
real quick.
So I have the best worker in the world. Okay, zoom in on my face when I do this. Best worker.
It's
Employee of
not.
the month every
It's
single
not
month.
owner eye.
Stephen Jr. He had a father named Stephen, and then we replaced him with Stephen Jr.
Thank
Stephen's still alive, by the way. But Stephen Jr. is my robot and vacuum and mop. Works harder than any person ever.
He works like 4-hour shifts at night.
Yes. Because he needs a recharge. But the floor is clean.
Great.
You should come and see it.
Yeah.
You should come eat off.
He
of
does like to, however, in the middle of the night, just decide to stop moving.
No, that's Spectrum's fault. I don't-
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
all right.
That
Guess
one was
what?
mine, and the front door was mine because I left the broom up there.
Yeah, he gets stuck places.
Yes, he
and
does.
There's a Spectrum.
I forget to check his base of operations, his home.
Yes. me too.
So he'll randomly just be in the store sometimes. So if you get here early in the morning, sometimes you'll just spot him hanging out in an aisle.
Or you'll almost trip on him like I did one time, and it scared the crap out of me.
I found him around corners. He spooked me before. But he's ended up at the door a couple weeks ago, and neither of us saw him. And then Zack
we
saw
got
him
in
when he
trouble
came in.
for it. So
We got in trouble. It wasn't
Yeah.
serious trouble.
we got screamed at after the store
yelled at.
closed. We were
and then
both
I gave
in
him 1
tears.
star.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And I was like, oh, terrible work environment. Awful place to go.
it's like working in a prison.
Mm-hmm. Wink, wink.
Okay, Glenn.
So if anyone needs employment,
Whoa.
I have 2 open spots.
Wait,
2.
2?
1,
Why did you...
2.
Whoa, All right, if you keep it up, it's going to wind up being 3.
3.
3,
Is it
yeah.
a threat?
Who's the third?
The owner. The owner.
Or
Guys,
just...
someone buy us out, okay?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. GameStop.
Come by.
Actually, please no.
You're under new management.
We're free. More like under new management.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I don't even want to know.
That's Megamind.
No, that's from Megamind.
You ever seen Megamind?
I've seen Megamind. I don't remember that scene.
It's the nerdy guy that ends up getting powers. Once he defeats Megamind,
yeah.
he's they're like, we're free.
Oh, that's
and then
right.
he's like, no, more like under new management.
Yeah.
He's Jonah Hill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jonah
And he
Hill.
literally, it's
looks
not even
like
like they
Jonah
tried
Hill.
to change what he looked like.
He
They,
looks like cartoonified Jonah Hill. That's like
Yep.
even just made a gross Jonah Hill. He's like looks
He's
similar,
not
but he's
bad
just like gross.
Anyways, another good movie, too.
Yes.
Megamind,
Oh, yeah.
great movie. They made a second one.
I heard the terrible.
Wait. Oh, I
They
thought it was a show.
recently.
Just
No,
recently.
they had a show, and then they made a Megamind 2 with none of the original actors.
And that's why you didn't hear anything about it.
No, I heard about it. I just heard nothing but bad stuff about it.
So
I
again,
even saw clips. It's terribly animated.
Oh,
It looks
I
like they
did
have the
see
same
it.
models.
But like they just not the same level of care.
not
like the Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, no, those are pretty good sequels.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
but
say-
the 4th one is not the crew.
It's not the original
not?
forever? I haven't seen it.
See, and you guys didn't even know that.
I've seen 1 and 2
Me
for
too.
sure. I may have seen 3. but
3
don't
is, I think,
remember.
where they're on like the cruise ship or
No,
something.
I've not seen 3 then.
Yeah, neither have I.
I've seen 2 because I remember them, Mavis and whatever his name is.
Johnny, I think, is what
Johnny,
it was, and
They
then
have a
they had a
kid,
kid.
and-
Yes,
It's like,
it was a good one.
Kingdom
It was a
Mischief.
really good. I think it was a good sequel.
Yeah, it was a good sequel. I liked it. I didn't like.
The first one, though, it never fails to make me laugh.
It was
Every
great.
single, especially again.
I also
it's
don't know
just-
it's Adam Sandler. Every time I watch it, I always forget that. He's
Oh
in it.
come on! You don't
I
know
don't.
that's
I didn't
him?
recognize
He
it
doesn't
until
remember.
Oh my bad.
until recently. I just found out.
Really?
Yes.
You did, so you're telling me like that
Well, he
doesn't
does
give
in
it
like
away?
every movie.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at recognizing voice actors for childhood movies because they're just those characters. In my adult life, watching a movie, like I can recognize people,
Oh, okay.
but like as a kid, those were just the voices of those people.
The voices in your head.
Voices in my head. But like no, like Mark Hamill, I didn't know he was like voice acting like a bunch of different things.
I
Like,
didn't know he
like
was the
Skips.
Joker. Yeah. Wait, he played Skips?
Yeah, he plays Skips in regular show.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Wow.
No, he did
Yeah.
Joker.
Kind of looks like him too.
With the hairdo. Yeah. No, yeah, he plays Skips. He plays a bunch of characters, mainly just all like Joker-like characters.
Pretty much.
He gets typecast into that
Yep.
so much.
Or he was in the CW Flash shows, The Trickster, I think is
Which
what
is
it
another
was.
Joker-like character. Although,
Exactly.
I think he played that character before he played Joker.
He did it on the 90s show,
Yes.
actually.
Which I don't know if he did the same style of like the Joker-esque he does in CW's.
I actually believe he did.
Yeah, then he...
Because then what was even cooler is that the guy that's Jay Garrick is the Flash from the 90s. And
Yeah.
when I found that out, I was like, that is really
Which
sweet.
is not just Joker, it's also Flash's dad.
No, I know, yeah.
And
yeah.
then later
And I always
come-
forget about
like,
that.
oh yeah, season 2. Jay Garrick is his dad, and also it's the original Flash from the 90s show. And
Yeah, but yeah, he's the 40s Flash. And like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that show. It just kept going.
and that's
I
always
just stopped watching after Savitar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah. That was
If you watched it, that's season 3, I think.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. No, I still, for me personally, 2 will always be my favorite. I
Two's good.
loved it.
Season 1, man. Because
Season
the
1 is
big
great.
reveal that I can't remember what
Wells, yep.
is actually Thawne, Reverse Flash. Is
Yeah, that was
amazing when he
really
stands up from the wheelchair.
Oh yeah, and it's like, wait, what? Excuse me?
Yeah, no, that was amazing to me. I loved that show. And then it just once they got to like 2 speedsters were the villains, or 3 speedsters back to back were villains, I was just done with the show. Like especially Savitar, I did not like the reveal at the end of that.
Oh
where it was
yeah.
just Barry, but
Yeah.
a different Barry.
Well, it's the Barry from the end of season 2 who then, as he's running, gets sent all the way back in time somehow, becomes the god of speed, and then it's like something, and somehow he becomes super powerful.
I didn't like it. I don't know.
It's really weird because again, you're trying to take a normal character. It's like the emo. It's like Bully Maguire, like how they did that, where it's like you're taking a guy that's really nice and then just purposely making him all dark and mean.
At
and
least
whatnot.
with like, no, they both have aspects that I like. Like it makes sense to do that with those characters. It's just hard to see that actor doing
exactly, and that's the thing. It's
where I think they both do okay jobs. It's just not. It's not as good as like other characters you see like switch like on a dime like that.
Yes,
like Creep or something like that. Or
which speaking of which,
speaking of which, you need to
wanna
watch all of it.
Oh,
we'll
you
talk
want
about
to
it
wait?
next
Okay.
time on the
All
podcast.
right, next time.
So,
Creep.
yes, Creep 1, Creep 2,
and the tapes.
Creep
We'll be talking
tapes.
about that next time.
So I've seen the first one. I just still need to watch 2, and then the rest of tapes.
I watched the last episodes for the rest of the way through. I had like 3 minutes left, and then I came here, and I was gonna finish it real quick, but
Someone wasn't prepared.
Someone wasn't prepared.
I apologize. Yes,
Well,
I
we
ruined
talked
the
about
plans.
3, and then we talked about South Bears.
Yeah, exactly. So
Creep will be a little bit longer.
Yeah, Creep is
because that's actually one that I recommended.
Yes.
Yeah,
And it was actually a good one.
The first one, I think that you recommended that we all actually watched.
Yes.
I
really? Do you
I
think
think
that
so.
is?
He's like
one
or two. Like,
Well,
I think
Hell House
with
for you.
Hell House.
Well, Hell House, I watched.
Oh, you
I was
already
already
watched?
watching that beforehand. So then when I found out that Zach liked it, I was like, "You've got to be
Bad
kidding
Ben.
me!"
I recommended Bad
I
Ben,
haven't
and
watched
neither
it. I
watched
haven't
a single
watched
one.
Terrifier.
Terrifier, I think I recommended that to you guys, if I'm not mistaken.
I
think
know you watched it before all of us.
Actually, I did. You're right.
I know you watched even Ninth Circle and stuff, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I still have not seen.
I
any
haven't
of
seen those.
that.
I've seen 3 now. Just
Haven't
recently, I
seen
watched
that.
Terrifier 3.
No.
I liked it, but I didn't love it. But the
Don't.
first one's still great. The first one's just
Yep.
so good. If you're willing to put yourself through,
It is not for the faint of heart.
It
Like
is
that's the. It's definitely like
disgusting.
it is.
Content warning.
Just say it's disgusting.
Okay, it is.
really
It's a gore
bad.
fest.
It made me a seasoned horror person. Like
It
it
makes
doesn't.
you a little like.
That doesn't.
Queasy.
Yeah.
Since I saw Saw, it was the last time I remember like something shocking me. This is above that by a decent amount.
Oh, especially at the at the start, it's kind of like, oh, here's a couple, traditional kills, but then it just
It's the friend
ramps
of
up.
the main character. That scene that made me not be able to. I was like, I was covering
Those
my.
are the best
my,
though.
hands
Those are the
up,
best ones.
But I don't ever do that, so it's very out of character.
Well, and
It's a
I
good
think
movie, then.
No,
exactly.
yeah, it was a good time, and then the second one had a couple moments like that, and the third one basically had
That-
one moment like that.
Don't ruin it for me. I
Nope.
watched it.
We are.
Oh, yeah.
You got it. Yeah,
Well,
just
then we
gotta
could do
watch
a 1, 2, 3 on that one. We could do all 3 of them at once.
okay.
Yes, the third one just only got me once, I think, and I think I talked a little bit with you.
It's
about
just
that.
mainly. It's just like when it comes down to it, I think it's the best kills are always the ones that actually make you go, "What
also
did
that
I
make me
just
think of-
watch?"
How the hell do they do that?
Exactly.
Because I always think of like the background, like behind it, like
The time
whenever I'm
put
watching a
into
movie, like
the special effects.
especially when it's practical.
How many
effects,
times they have to
I
do
love
it.
with Terrifier, the way that they seamlessly cut the transitions from a real person or a real animal or whatever to
Fake.
to the fake thing is like seamless every time. Like it does look fake, or in the third one actually, I don't think much stuff looked fake ever. In the first and second
Well, they
one,
also
there was a
have bigger
lot of
budget.
stuff.
Yes. No. The third one, I think they
but
gave that
they
one
also,
a
like-
juicy budget.
It was fine that it didn't look quite right. In the third one, like it basically looked all right.
Can we just end, not this, but end on the Terrifier 3 beat out Joker 2?
Yeah.
Well, that's all we need to say right
Yeah.
now is
The clown beat out
The clown beats the
clown. Yeah.
That was, and you know what? I will, and just because Joker 2 got brought up, I will say I did not like it nearly as much as the original, but I don't think that makes it a bad movie.
I do think it is boring. I enjoyed it. As someone that enjoyed it somehow, as much as most people didn't.
Yeah.
I think it was boring. I think it could have been better paced. And I think there's a lot of stuff that wasn't the great, but I do think that it was kind of the point of the movie. I think it was meant to be a spit in the face to all the people that really liked the first one. But in an artistic way, I liked that. I know it's like
it's weird, but yes,
like it felt like that was the point of the movie, especially at the end.
Oh yeah,
Which spoilers gave you a couple seconds there, and just case that he's not the Joker. Like, yeah.
Well, I think that to be fair, they had to just end it because now it's a whole different direction with the DCU.
Yeah, but I think that was like at least the vibes I got from the original Joker was I kind of thought they were always going that way. That there was no way this could be the original Joker because he's so much older than Batman.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah,
because they showed little Bruce Wayne in the first one, like it just didn't really make sense for him to be that Batman's Joker, but to be inspiration makes a lot of sense to me.
Exactly.
And they did, I think, a really good job of setting that up. It was a little cliche at the end, but like I liked it.
No, but yeah, I would say it's exactly just it. But again, it's also one of those sequels where I was excited when it was announced because I was like, I'm very curious to see where it's going to go. And again, I didn't hate the second one, but it also feels like one of those ones where you know what, if it never got made, I think I would have been happy.
Yeah, I think I would give
it
like a 6 out of 10.
And that's exactly where I would put it.
Yeah.
I don't know if either of you have seen Craven at all.
Nope. No, I haven't watched any of the Sonyverse ones since Magnum, and then in the store we had a Morbius on a couple times, and I half paid attention to it.
Morbius, honestly, I enjoyed it more than I thought it would. It's morbid time, yeah. But it's not great, but
as someone that
Morbius is terrible.
It is terrible.
I think it's bad just from what I've seen, but I can't fully judge it.
It's terrible based because of the animated.
There's too much again.
They did a huge disservice to Morbius.
Yes. Honestly, play Spider-Man 3, the video game, on PS2, and you'll have a better Morbius experience.
Probably. Or just watch the
Morbius experience.
Because that's. My memories of Morbius are the animated series, which is great. Yep. That Morbius is fantastic.
That's the one I see on in the store all the time.
That one's really good. And then he was only in the PS2 version of Spider-Man 3.
That is so fascinating how...
Yeah, Shriek and Morbius were exclusive PS2, and then Rhino and some other characters. I never really played the 360 or PS3 version, but those were exclusive to that. As well as boss fights were just more extensive in 360, but... again, I didn't play it enough to.
It is very fascinating. Level, I think. Like when you consider, I'm sorry, I keep talking over you. It just like it's fascinating to me how the PS3 version and 360 version is so much different than PS2. And I understand because power is a huge thing that plays into it, but the fact that you will get some characters, it's only going to show up in the last gen version, not the one that you bought all your new consoles for. I
believe, if I'm not mistaken, they use the same cutscenes. I know that.
Oh, they do.
But I think there were two separate teams. The main team was working on the PS3 360 version, and then a side team was given Spider-Man 2 on PS2 to work off of, but given the same outline as Spider-Man 3. Like it's follows the same basic beats. And like a lot of things are similar. The system works completely different. Like all the mechanics are very different. I haven't beat 360 all the way through to tell you everything. Again, I just played like the first level and like a little bit of the open world because I just did not like it.
Did you fail the quick time event? So she's like, "Oh no!"
I've done that on PS2 a bunch, and it's funny.
Or is that only on the PS2?
No, it's on both. The cutscenes, like I said, were the same thing. But even like Bruce Campbell's like his
monologues or narration,
they're like very different on both versions. Where like you'll get different quips depending on which version you're in.
And that's also really cool too. And like another thing for the viewers, we all love Bruce Campbell with all of our hearts.
If he could come here one day and tell us anything, I would love to meet him.
If all he did was come in the store and just said groovy and left,
that would be fine.
I think that would
die happy.
I would die happy. Yeah, exactly.
I think if we ever get a chance to meet him, we gotta have him sign something for the store.
Yes, even if it's like getting his signature tattooed on our backs or something like that, or
that's extreme.
Honestly,
that's not.
If we all agreed on it, I would.
Oh yeah, and the thing, and to make it even better, we all get one part of the signature.
Bruce
So-
Campbell.
Yeah, so then we have to be shirtless and have to have like
all
our
together.
Zach in the middle and Owen and I on the side.
Yes, Bruce Campbell.
That's
I'll
messed
take
up.
Bruce. I would prefer that. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
what
you can have the bell and he can have
Yeah, he's got the camp.
Yeah.
Well, he would have like.
We all get groovy
Camp.
though.
We all get groovy.
At
okay.
the bottom below.
Okay, all right.
So it's groovy.
Now, how far below are we talking here? Like,
no,
we're talking
just like the love
bad.
handles.
bad.
The love
Something to
handles.
grab.
So,
Well, love handles is
not
like
fair.
where I think we're all line.
I was
And
gonna
we're all around the same height.
yeah, but no, I'd say for a first episode. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to keep on going, but I'd say for a first episode,
Yeah, we should have an ending thing.
Yeah.
Where we have final thoughts. As well as like, hey, this is our first podcast. I know we're a bit everywhere with this one. A lot of different topics. I think that's how they're probably gonna be. Is just us talking.
Yes.
But we'll have a little bit more structure next time. So hopefully a wide angle that actually works because we're supposed to, and it doesn't work.
Thanks, Owen.
That's
yeah,
okay.
I know.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm
kidding.
But yeah, no. Hopefully it will be more organized, but also it's probably going to be similar to this. But yeah, we enjoyed our time with you. Hope
Exactly.
you enjoyed your time with us.
Yes.
Any other final thoughts?
Yeah, you got anything?
You go first.
No, the owner should end it.
The owner should end it.
I think.
What about the owner?
He tried, so it's your turn.
I already
tried.
did mine.
I would definitely say thank you to any and all people that have viewed this, whether or not you've been here at the store before or talked to us or anything like that. We thank you very much for tuning in with us tonight or whatever time you might be watching this. And definitely am extremely excited for us to be getting more of these out down the road with just our thoughts and just chilling out and kind of talking. I mean, hopefully down the road you might get to see us, fist fight each other, stuff like that if things get heated enough. But
I think we should get like the WWE like.
Actually, I think at Five Below. No, I was gonna say I think at Five Below they sell like the giant like blow up gloves.
I would film a video of us doing.
Oh
the
yeah,
boxing
exactly.
match. Yeah.
And have that be an insert into the podcast or something. And,
Yeah. No, we cut away to the segment of the boxing match.
Wait, are we gonna start doing Family Guy cutaways?
No, we're not doing Family Guy.
Come on, I think we can do it. But no, I had a great time tonight, but I definitely am looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I'm looking more forward to more.
I'll repeat that. Just thanks to everyone out there. 2025 is going to be a weird, different year for us. No one's really going to say that out loud, but I'll say that. The three of us have a lot to do. There's going to be more to come. More of this, more of the Flego, more of Owen's task, more of the store expansion. We're trying to fill holes and voids where people need them. Be happy. See stuff, the reviews like we're talking about, the games, the Flegos, stupid things like that. And I think 2025 will be a good year. So this is the first one. It's a little late in the year, but we've had other obstacles come up.
It's busy.
Yep.
So many things and things to come. Things like
things that might come and then go and then might be forgotten about, but we're gonna keep pushing.
This is kind of a way to update you also on the state of the store, but also just
which we'll do next week. If you guys can't see behind us, but there's messes all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's a good thing that you want to see them. I mean, if you're seeing me, you probably are seeing some stuff here.
It's barely a mess. We do need to test the Tekken 6.
That's okay.
Right. It'll happen, like everything else that's over here. We will test it when we test it.
It's all tested.
It's not all tested. That's a lie.
No, I'm saying
on the floor.
On the floor. Oh, no. It's all tested. I swear. Everything on the floor is tested.
We test stuff. It takes time.
Processing takes time.
Yep.
There's a lot that takes time. So I think that's our final send off. That this will take time, but
thank you for having us.
Yes. Share us, follow us, like us. There's bunch of social medias. We'll put the link tree in the description.
Yep. Link tree to everything that we do.
Yes.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
That's how we should end it. That's how we do it.